Welcome to Family Gaming TV. We're with Daniel Brook, and we're going to be looking at Knack. Now, you're the European producer on the game.
I am, yes I am, yeah. I'm very proud to be involved in bringing this for, it's a launch title for PS4.
This is one of the big PS4 titles that maybe will probably get a lot of interest from families.
Yes, I mean the whole point is that it's something for everybody else in the family, for spouses, for kids, for people who've never played a game before, or people who are avid gamers. You know, it really is something for everybody.
Now the PS4 has this new controller with the light on it and the touch area.
Yes.
Does Knack make use of those features?
We're keeping the control scheme really easy. Again, just keeping that accessibility.
Yeah.
You know, if you think in mind of something like Crash Bandicoot, you know, where it's such a simple control scheme, but it's how you use it. So, you know, for instance, with Knack, we've got, you know, X is the jump, and X again for the double jump. Square 3 times is the punch combo, and then jump, and there you go, the flying attack. Yeah. But we also, and I've seen people on the demo. You know, some people use all the things, some people don't. We've got a dodge on the right stick. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which comes in handy. And those are the main moves, right?
Yeah.
So, but as you increase the difficulty, the timing becomes, you know, it's the same control scheme, but the timing needs to be so much more precise. So there's plenty of depth there, definitely.
Cool. Well, let's go play through this demo. So you were saying that you worked on the Ratchet and Clank games?
Yes,
right?
yes, I did. Yes, the first 4 PS2 Ratchets. Yeah.
And so are there some similarities between those games and this?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think it's certainly. I think it's, you know, I mean, some people say that, you know, is it necessarily a family game? I always think of them as just great games, you know, but it's really great to have something that everybody can play. I mean, certainly that, you know, that's really what we're trying to do here, is just be accessible. So yeah, no, I mean, it's familiar ground for me. You know, it's nice to work on titles like these. It really is. Yeah.
So our character here seems to be made up of lots of sort of spaced out objects.
They're called relics in the game world. You have these relics that they're these parts that are found under the ground, and they're used as like a power source in the world of Knack. And this doctor has basically given some of these relics consciousness. And the amazing thing about Knack is that as a PS4 game, what we can do is, I mean, it really makes it possible to do this, because that's a really complex physics simulation that you have going on there. You can see, I'll show you in a second, in the next section of the demo. Okay, so this is the special move. So you can see there, and he's throwing these parts around. They're actually coming out of his body, and then they come back and it'll grow again. So you'll see here, when we do, say, a blast move, he's throwing those parts and he goes smaller, then he comes back and he grows again.
Oh, I see. So yeah, the more bits you have, the bigger and more power you are.
Yeah. So you'll see, and also, I mean, that, and so you can see in the background, he's scaring away the people.
Nice.
And the armor falls off him when you hit him. And then, so in here, what we have is a lot of secrets, you know? So we have these treasure chests hidden throughout the game. Now, this is our sort of social aspect of the game. So if you open up the chest and you have a random object. So for this purpose, I would be Mark.
Okay.
Okay. Now, these are your friends. So if you have a friend that has opened that chest in the game, you could, instead of taking what you've been given by the game, you could take the object that your friend got.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Right? Yeah. So you're not taking it off them. You're just taking an extra, an extra one. Yeah.
And do they then get told that that's happened?
You know what? I'm not able to talk about that today.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. But obviously you'll see it on the list. I mean, I don't know, you know, as to whether it happens at the time. I couldn't talk about that today.
Okay.
But certainly you can see what other people have got, so they'll be able to see what you've got. Yeah, on their list.
So is the game quite linear? Like, did you have to come up here? Could you have gone down the street there?
It's not an open world game. No, I mean, it's, you know, what we're trying to do again is that kind of, you know, like I say, Crash Bandicoot. You know, you keep it very accessible. You know, we're not moving the camera around on the second stick. You know, we're just trying to make something that, you know, we want. It's going to be a day one. You know, it's going to be a launch title. You know, we want everybody to be able to play this with a minimum of fuss. You know, that's the most important thing. It really is. You know, so make a great game, make it accessible. You know, don't exclude anybody. But there's definitely, you know, it's definitely going to be something that appeals to people who want depth, you know, and value.
Now, is there some overlap between the design of the PlayStation 4 console and the designer behind the game?
Well, Mark Cerny, who's the director of the game,
Yeah, that's it.
you know, he was system architect on the PlayStation 4. You can see here, just show you that there you go. So prove that they are all, you know, little objects. So in that sense, yeah, I mean, it's, obviously, it's good to have the system architect of the machine working on his own game.
Yeah.
Is definitely very helpful.
If that meant that the game sort of reflected something of the ethos of the PlayStation 4.
I would say in the sense of, trying to be, a very inclusive, game.
Yeah.
As I feel that PS4 is a really inclusive platform. Given how popular gaming is now, over the years it's just got more and more popular. I think the fact that we're coming out with a game like this on day one, instead of just being hardcore, I think that's a great message, and I think that to me, really sums up what PS4 is, which is something, it's for the whole family. It's not, it's a very advanced piece of hardware, but it's not, it's for everybody. It's, it's not just for hardcore gamers. It's for hardcore gamers and it's for families.
So the game was developed by a studio in Japan.
Yes, it was developed by Sony Japan, and we've got a lot of great people working on the game. We've actually got the lead background artist of Shadow of the Colossus. He's working on the game.
Nice.
We've got some really talented people.
Shouldn't he be working on the Guardian game?
Well, I wouldn't know about that. Yeah, I wouldn't know about that.
All those hardcore gamers would be like, what's he doing working on Knack? Wasting his time. But I like it.
It's great. I mean, we've had a really great reception this week.
So this is Knack. Well, the silver little guy is the robot,
Stealth Knack, yeah.
And when he has all those objects around him, he's still at the centre of the character.
Yes, he's always the central character, but there's so many, what we're trying to show today is there's so many different versions. Mm-hmm. I mean, even in this, you're switching between two different versions. The health bar changes, you can see.
Okay, so you've got the different
so you can
versions
see
of the...
Yeah. So hang on a second, let's just open that. There we go. But you can see as well, looking through the, you see the light going through all the glass parts. Right, let's go on, let's do a big move.
Yeah, that's a real sort of Pixar quality to it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've really been aiming for, is to get something of that level. I think certainly in the cutscenes and the characters, when you look at the characters, when you see the movies in the game, and we haven't really shown a lot of that yet, you can see more of it in the trailer, but certainly, I mean, that's the kind of level that we want. I mean, that's what it has to be, I think, at this stage. And something that has that much appeal and level of quality, is definitely what we're aspiring to here.
So was that a new attack you did there?
Yeah, that was, so you have 3, you can do those at any time. So the shot attack, which I hadn't done before, that's circle, triangle.
Uh-huh. Oh, like a combination.
Yeah, so you press circle and then either square, triangle, or circle again.
Uh-huh.
So circle, circle is that sort of big area attack. Circle, triangle is the shot. And then I will start off this next section of the levels with the circle, square, which is the storm. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch to the third section in the ice caves. So here you can see that Knack's health bar is divided into 2 parts.
Oh yeah.
And so one half of that is his, is based on his relics. The other half is based on ice. Okay. Now, obviously, being in ice caves, there's a lot of ice, which means that there's plenty of health around for you to pick up. Yeah. Right. So what I'll do now, I'll be very flashy, and I will do the storm, and you'll see how much it grows when I pick up a few more ice crystals. So I'm going to do circle, square. Oh,
wow.
Dodge. There we go. So he's even trying to hit me, isn't he? And be very flashy. There we go. And grow up to maximum size there.
Wow.
Yeah. That's me playing rather cheekily today. And then you can see, but you can see things like the way that the light goes through him. Oh, see there it's helping you out. It's giving you that prompt to use the right stick to dodge an attack. So, as we say, this is something what we're trying to do. All these things like the tutorial windows that you're seeing in the corner, the sort of prompting, just trying to make it, really easy for people to, play and have fun without constantly stop-starting all the time. And there's another collection.
So what's that? Is it just do something in the game, or is it just something you're collecting?
This is a combo meter, so if you don't get hit, if you can manage to do more and more hits in a row, when you get to 8 times,
I like it,
boost.
So it sounds like there's sort of layers of gameplay, so a younger player probably wouldn't maybe realise that was there and would just be able to proceed.
Yeah,
but a more experienced player could go for those combos, go for those chains.
Yes. So you had a lot of people sort of saying to me today, do I need to activate that? Is that, I'm like, no, those are completely passive. They're just adding something to the gameplay, but you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to change the way, it can change the way you play if you want it to change. So here we go. And there's even more, even I don't need it, there's another secret there.
And how long is the finished game going to be to play through?
It's going to be a 10-hour campaign. Yeah.
And then are there other elements other than the campaign?
Not that I can discuss today. Really, it's
a single player game.
I can't discuss that today. Sorry, I know.
But so it's more than one player.
I can't discuss that today either. Yeah. So it's a 10-hour campaign. But you've got a lot of replay value because what you can do is, you remember those treasure chests where you'll be able to collect the items? You can collect enough parts to buy a different knack, so that when you play the game through again, you can be. I think we've got the ones we showed today are Vampire Knack and Sunstone Knack. You can see those in the menu system. So sadly, we can't play as those today, but they do have different abilities, and it changes the gameplay. So there's definitely a lot of reason to replay. We're trying to give replay value.
And is it? Do you know what it's going to be priced at? Is it a full price game?
We're not talking about pricing today, or I certainly can't. I wouldn't. That's not me. I just do the game. But there you go. See, there's several thousand parts.
Wow.
Right.
It's got a bit big.
Yeah. So that's him when he's really big. So I'll pick up some more relics, make him even bigger. Sorry, I have to move this chair out of the way. Thank you. And then. Oops.
So is there what bits of this game do you think you wouldn't be able to do on a PS3?
Any of it. Truly, because it's such an essential. The physics of this is such an essential part of the character. It's part of the storyline. It's who the character is. Pardon me. It's what he looks like. It's his moves. It's the variety of things that he can do. It just wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the same game. It wouldn't be Knack. Really. None of this would really be. By changing any aspect of it, I think you would just detract from the whole. So really, I think it's a great showcase for PlayStation 4. And I think it's just a really good game.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
Everybody who has come up has, it's been a really great response that we've had this week. People have been really enthusiastic about it, and I think it's just the fact that you can say, there's never a bad time to have a great game. That's about the gameplay. It's about having something that families can play. It's a real pleasure to work on it. It really is. So now I'm going to bring a car with me, and you can see cracks in the building there. And I will zoom in and get those relics. All right,
so that's another of those sort of hidden areas that you potentially could just go past.
Yes.
But then maybe on a subsequent play you could go out hunting for them all.
Yes, I have been dashing across the room quite a bit actually and saying to people, go back, there's a secret, there's another secret. And there's so many, it's really good, and it's great to see people finding them. Because it really helps you along through the game. So these goblins now, I'll do a big move. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, and I missed them all. I can't believe it. I missed them all. Right. But you contrast this to, the first section that we showed where he was much smaller, or Stealth Knack when he was very tiny. And it's really great to have a lot of that sense of scale and variety. It's been a really good demo actually for E3. It's just showed off so much of the stuff that makes the game so great to play. I think you will see here, there you go, another cheeky secret level, there we go.
And so what are you getting by going in here? Are you collecting something in that area?
Those relics.
So that makes you bigger, does it?
Yeah, so they can make you bigger, they can increase your maximum health, or in this case they're just sort of refilling my health bar. There's some more, see, look, and they're going to refill my health slightly again, and make you bigger and stronger. So it's health, but it's so much more than that as well, So here again, you're going to see the level of scale and detail that I can be so big, and then the camera can move and be so close to the, to those characters, and then zoom out again,
Is there spoken narrative? Is there dialogue in the game?
Yes. Oh gosh, there's plenty of dialogue. Yes.
So I imagine in being the European producer, that sort of localization is part of what you'd be responsible for?
Yes. We take it very seriously. I mean, obviously, the more countries that we've got, the game translated in, the more people can play it, which is always a good thing. Sorry, I was dodging the plane. Yeah, and there's going to be plenty of audio dialogue in the game. Plenty of localization. There's a really great story. It's fantastic animated cutscenes for the game. So it's a big job, but it's what I do. It's fun, and that's the demo.
Cool. So Knack will be a launch title, you say?
Yes, it will. Yeah.
We're still waiting for the exact date when the PlayStation 4 will hit the streets.
Yes.
Well, I look forward to playing it. Thanks for taking us through it.
No, it's my pleasure.
Thanks.
Definitely. Really enjoyed it. Thanks.